And we are live, if not alive. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Chrono Trigger Saturdays. As you may hear, I currently have a head cold, so this is going to be a fun one because I can barely hear what's coming through my headphones. Least of all, I can barely hear what I'm putting through the mic. Rob's been chatting with me on the call for a little bit, so that's nice. At least I know that I'm not going entirely deaf. But yeah, my head is full of snot, and we're gonna see how NyQuil helps my playstyle. I've got some coffee. I've got the will. Clear hearts, if not clear heads. We're good to go. But Rob was asking me earlier about my coffee. Just a quick recap in terms of Chrono Trigger. The last thing that we did was we witnessed the fall of Lavos and saw the gate that he left behind. We're gonna go poke around that thing. But Rob was asking me whether or not I am a discerning coffee drinker. I am an experienced coffee drinker. Like, I'll say that much. Like everybody with a liberal arts degree, I spent my fair share of time at as a barista. So I know coffee very well. Oh. This takes me to some sort of ice.
Would you say that you pick up like the subtle notes that people say are in coffee? You know, like the berries and the chocolate and.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, so it's the same, I think, as developing your palate for anything that requires. Like, nobody really likes the taste of coffee at first, right? It's bitter. You hate it. You try drinking it way too young because, you know, you see your father drinking it and you want to emulate him or whatever. But nobody likes the taste of coffee. That's why we mask it with, you know, sugar and cream and everything else. But as you train yourself to like something, then you'll pick up those more subtle notes. The same thing that I did with, I also spent a lot of time as a retail tobacconist. So, same thing I did with cigars. It's the magic kingdom of zeal, where dreams can be made reality. You'll have to forgive me, y'all. I will be unable to do most of the voices today, so... I know that's why a lot of you probably come, but... this is all I got. Nothing in this world comes free. There's always a price to be paid. So yeah, I can... I'd say by now I have trained my palate to where I have the to where I can pick up those more subtle notes. You know, you learn things like the same thing that you do with scotch, where you hold coffee on your tongue, you kind of let it flow in all of the crevices and then breathe in through your nose to aerate it. You get a different flavor profile by like learning how to drink coffee. Yeah, you can taste all kinds of cool stuff. That being said, I drink it mostly because it's hot and it has caffeine. So, I'm probably missing important dialogue. We owe our prosperity to Her Majesty the Queen. After that, she encouraged the development of our kingdom's magical prowess, which advances Z. You are most unusual visitors. Am I waking, or is this but a continuation of... Regardless of that, I welcome you to Zeal. Her Majesty Queen Zeal rules this man. Up here. Base. But yeah, so, with your eyes may well differ completely from what I see. These are many different worlds, is there? Never seen one of those things which you see. Real. Great, it's entire society. Do I believe in fate? No. We are self-determined. Masters of our own destiny. Speaking of which, maybe a doorway of destiny in this. Thanks, weird little... A society full of existentialists, which is one of my worst nightmares. But no, like, as I was telling Rob, I think that I'm a discerning coffee drinker, but I'm not, like, a snob about it, you know? I try to get coffee from, like, local roasters, just because it's smaller batch, and that usually means that it's more fresh. And that generally means that the smaller the batch, the less chance there is of burning it, right? It's like all Starbucks coffee tastes burnt to me. And that's not like a, that's not like, I'm sorry, say one more time.
Oh, they definitely burn their beans.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they also do all of their own roasting in-house. You know, like, kudos to Starbucks for supplying all of their stores with all of their coffee that they themselves roast. They're big enough that they can do that. But in order to maintain, you know, the demand, yet another insidious way that capitalism ruins good things. In order to, I need some more ether. And I think this is the office that sells it. What about 20? In order to like keep up with their own internal demand, they have to roast just gigantic, you know, just tons and tons of coffee beans. Every store has to have enough coffee to last, you know, for not only the coffee for sale, but for, you know, like each week's business. I'm not sure how regularly they get their stuff. If you're roasting coffee in that huge a batch, there's no way that you can control things. There's no earthly way. Like, it's physically impossible to control the heat well enough. The boy and his cat. A reflection of my own self? What a weird kid. What's wrong with him? What wrong? That animal for eat tastes good? The black winds howl. One among you will shortly perish. Well, what's that supposed to mean? These kids are creepy. Yeah, that's it. Kids are weird little bastards. But no, so like if they're roasting beans in that quantity, there's no way that they're going to be able to maintain temperature control long enough or you know, like, just right. You know what I mean?
I read something similar in it was the novel Pour Your Heart Into It, and not novel, but like business book, I guess, for the former CEO of Starbucks. And he was saying something similar to what you were just explaining, and that's how I know that they burn their beans.
Yeah, but like here's the really wacky thing, right? So like Starbucks' success as a business model is not actually I used to know there's a way where there's an order in which you can open these elemental books. Or wind. Nope. There's a way that like Starbucks business model is not built upon the strength and quality of their coffee. It's built around the idea of a third space, right? So you have a place where you go to work, you have home, and then you have a third space where you can go and hang out and do all your other stuff. And it's Starbucks became that space for a lot of people. The Mystery of Life, Volume 841, Chapter 12. Now, that being said, like Starbucks does have one thing going for it in terms of its coffee, and that's consistency. If you get a Starbucks, like if you get a latte from Starbucks, it will taste like a latte from most near other Starbucks. There's very few variants because they have automated and streamlined the process down enough. Whereas like if you go to like a little, you know, like a little mom and pop coffee shop, the Guru of Reason is gone. Do you want to challenge me? Yes, I do. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that will kill a man. Oof. Alright, so can't do that. Gotta...
Savage blueberries.
Yeah, oof. So like if you go to, you know, like if I go to a little mom and pop roasters, right, where the barista is an artiste. If he's on his A game that day, I may get a latte or a cappuccino that's just fantastic. But there's a high level of variance, you know, with mastery comes the chance to screw something up. Consistency is very, very hard to manage and maintain.
You have a brew method that you prefer? Like pour over, drip?
Just for like daily drinking, I'd say that my just for daily drinking, I just regular drip coffee. It's easy. Like more than anything else, it's just easy. I use a pour over if I've got like, you know, like something special. I don't have a Chemex or anything like that. If I want a really good cup of coffee, I have a siphon press or a siphon brewer, which is super fantastic.
Can you explain that to me a little bit? Siphon brewer?
So a siphon brewer uses a vacuum to do your coffee. It's a two-chambered thing. I don't even know if I'm making any kind of headway with these things. It is a two-chambered vessel, so you have like... Yep. So you have a top chamber and a bottom chamber. You put water in the bottom chamber and put your coffee in the top chamber. Then you heat the water in the bottom chamber until it boils. Because it's going up a glass tube as it travels up. Like you can watch videos of this online. Just look up siphon coffee maker. It's one part show. It looks like a chemistry set. It makes an exceptionally clean cup of coffee. Like it's really, really fantastic how just beautifully like just how delicious you really do taste the coffee in that regard. You get a more kind of like streamlined extraction of the coffee. That being said, for like, you know, for like your day-to-day coffee experience, it's an enormous pain. Like there's absolutely no reason why you should make siphon coffee your primary method of drinking coffee. Like, it's incredibly complicated. But it is a lot of fun to look at. You know, like, it's a hoot. Getting post-nasal drip, which I hate. Yeah, allergies are beating up everybody in San Antonio at the moment, so.
Had allergies in San Antonio. I moved around a lot and finally developed some sort of allergies when I moved to Nashville.
Mm.
Our cars would turn yellow with the pollen there.
Oh, it still happens down here every oak pollen season. Yeah, it is, it's been raining pretty solidly the last, like the last week or so. But it's been raining pretty solidly the last week or so, so mold is like through the roof, and apparently that's one of the things that gets to me, so. Just go through these. Like, why isn't Chrono able to attack? Ah! Murdered. Alright. But yeah, so I do consider myself a discerning coffee drinker, but like, I'm not a snob about it, you know. As a former barista, there are two things that will really, like, just irritate the living snot out of, although, in this case, that might be a good thing. Might be good to get some out. There's two things that will irritate the living snot out of former baristas. One of them is overly picky customers, and the other one is other baristas. It's like, we know coffee, and we know what we like. And so the moment that you get some guy who's like, oh, you're doing it wrong, there's no wrong way to enjoy coffee. Like, if you want, you know, lots of cream and sugar in yours, then fine. Put cream and sugar in it. It's coffee. It's dirty bean water. You know, like, don't get, you know, like, my method of enjoying coffee is better than yours, and therefore it makes you invalid. You may have a more developed palate, and good for you, but, like, you know, I'm not going to be running into, you know, the, oh, Chrono's dead. I'm not going to be running into, you know, like a fancy coffee shop experience if I'm on a road trip. I just need the caffeine. You know, I've got my order at Starbucks, and it fits everything that I need it to do. I order the same thing every time, and that same thing every time is, I want the largest vanilla sweet cream cold brew that you can legally sell me, and a cup of ice the same size. Because that's a Trenta currently is the largest one that they can legally sell me, it turns out. It's cold. Right, like the moment that they're like, hey, we can sell you this bucket o' coffee, then yeah, that's the one that I want. I want the one that is the largest size that I can get without getting anyone in trouble, myself included. And I want it cold so that I can drink it fast without having to wait for it to cool down, because if I'm ordering, especially in the morning, I'm there for a reason. I'm a man with a mission, and I do not have the time nor headache capacity to waste. I just want the caffeines in me And the sweet cream cold brew is a taste and flavor that I enjoy, and it's hard for them to mess up, you know? Like, it's consistent. That's what I want. So, I order it the same way every time, and I get the same drink every time, and I know how much it costs, you know, like, it's everything that I want out of a, yeah, go to it, man. Go spend time with the family. But I will continue to wax eloquently about coffee and probably cigars in your absence. Thanks for hanging out, Rob.
Yeah,
Take care, my friend.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good, baby.
All right.
Go do the thing.
All right.
Say hi to the wife and kid for me. But yeah, you know, like people really place a lot of importance on those things that they enjoy, you know, like the same people that develop palates for wines, you know, or fine cooking. Well, that's good. You've earned that. Enjoy it. Just don't put your experience above everybody else's, is the most important bit, you know? Don't be like, well, I'm doing it the right way. That means that your way is, you know, uneducated or lower class or, you know, not the right way of doing it. That's a quick way to douchebagville, and nobody wants to go down that road. The douchebagville tourism industry deserves to starve. Like, it's a lot easier to try and, you know, if you do subconsciously, because again, we would never say such a thing. That would be a dick move. If you think that you have a better way of enjoying coffee than the guy who you're sitting next to at the cafe, say, oh man, I like it like this because I can really taste, you know, the different notes in the blends. Like, I can taste this Tanzanian pea berry has these soft, fruity aromas. Spread that education instead of being like, you know, some kind of gatekeeping douchebag. More life advice from Uncle John. And ultimately, that's what I hope this this space and everything eventually transforms into. I want this to be a place where I need a mid-ether? Yes. Ultimately, my goal is that everybody that comes to this channel that interacts with the chat, and again, feel free to post things in the chat. There's a bunch of, there's a few of you watching. If you have the Discord information, you're always welcome to hop onto a call, but otherwise, drop something in the chat and I'll say hi. Feel free to ask me anything at any time. I've got a wide variety of weird experiences that I have gathered in my, in retrospect, somewhat aimless and drifting life. I know, like, a little smattering about a whole bunch of stuff. I certainly don't claim to be an expert on any of it. But, yeah, I would love to share any of that with you all that I can. Maybe, you know, you'll learn something new or get a different perspective, and you guys can give me different perspective. That's why we're all here. An attempt to connect in an age where online connection is pretty much all that drives us. So, like Rob was asking, what am I drinking today, you know, in my discerning Dunkin' Donuts. I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts. It was on sale at H-E-B. It's decent coffee. It's pre-ground, so I don't have to go through the process of grinding it myself. So it's easy. And it's good coffee. There we go. A long stretch of time, but we got him. Ayla learned Boulder Toss. We learned the Ice Toss Dual Tech and the Iceberg Toss. We learned the Falcon Strike Dual Tech. Yeah! And we got a Magic Capsule, a Speed Capsule. Yeah. Thanks, my dude. But I hope that everybody else has had a wonderful weekend. I've been fighting the allergies. I hope that you guys haven't been. This is, like Rob was saying earlier, San Antonio tends to be pretty bad for allergies. It's kind of a common aphorism down here that if you don't have allergies when you move to San Antonio, you'll get them. If you do have allergies, you'll know it the moment that you set foot off the plane. And if you live in San Antonio and you don't have allergies, don't worry, you'll get them eventually. And here we are. Turns out I am allergic to them. Oh yeah, the Burning Crusade Classic comes out on Tuesday. Nathan is preparing. Nate, what are you going to play? You going to keep rolling your mage? Let's see, I'm trying to think. What was it? Oh, dude. You gotta level up a warlock, my guy. Gotta level up that classic, Succubus Sacrifice Shadowbolt Warlock. Why are you here? All is well with the Blackbird, I presume? He is fully operational. Yeah, 460s and a 50. Yeah. I mean, stick with what you got. Leveling in the Burning Crusade was a grind. Of course, she has you blundering at it. Was she not? We'd all be in trouble. You, what are you doing there? Just came to... You must be the one prophets here. I think I shall watch for them. Not that I suspect they took those cards so easily. Prophet, eh? Yeah, I don't know. I can't get into I can't get into the whole classic WoW thing. Just raiding as a warlock was actually not that fun for me in Vanilla and Burning Crusade. It was an awful lot of work. Now, granted, it was at a time when I needed something that was an awful lot of work, like to occupy my time. But a lot of stress, and I don't want to do it again. I much prefer like the casual, easy baby mode of retail these days. Like I log on every couple of days, you know, mess around, do some dailies. Yeah, leveling is just relaxing. But I've got like a bajillion alts that all have to level up, so you know, it's the same thing. This is the Queen's Palace in the center of the Magic Kingdom of Zeal, which is to say this is the center of the universe. Gotta help this guy out. Could you scratch my back? Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, right there, you got it. Thank you. We discovered the new scratching spot. Secret tool that will. The Wandering Prophet is amazing. Time. It's Magus. No, it's... Get the sapling of life that we have told to grow, and all us. Source of our energy rests deep below the sea. It's Lavos. Once the exact location determined, we began construction of the Ocean Palace there. Or the Ocean Palace is a chamber. The man appeared only recently, but he earns the Queen's trust for recently. Maybe with a startling 8. Oh yeah, what do Ayla and Frog have that that would have made the 6 new fight earlier easier? Hey. Oh, they're dead. Falcon Strike, that's right, it hits whole rows. But then again, I didn't know it at the time anyways. Balthazar, the group. You do best to speak to the Queen or the Gurus if you run the Mammon machine. Between you and I had not placed much faith in any. He's been different. Sinister different? Just like this music? Lady Shallow and Lord Janus get along so well. If only young Lord Janus would open up. The pendant looks like Lady Shallow's, but does not glow like. Things that are born of dreams must always return to them in the end, but at times, people's dreams and prayers call upon the power of laws. Laws is the source of magic, eh? A plot. Like Queen's Counsel Lord Dalton, the worst guy ever outside of Kino, was in charge of the Ocean Palace's construction until a wandering prophet arrived and took over. Best avoid Lord Dalton. I wonder if I should just record myself saying a bunch of, like, reading a bunch of stuff like voting reports, if I could turn around and market that as ASMR. Completion of the Ocean Palace will secure everlasting glory for the Kingdom of Zeal. There'll be no more fear or sadness, only eternal peace. Oh. You ever have so much snot in your head that it's hard to think through it? And like, we must bore a great deal of pain and sorrow in silence. I'm gonna have to get real close to the mic on this one, just because. This is a rowdy head cold, y'all. Progress requires equal sacrifice. Much have been given to allow zeal to obtain the glory. But on the plus side, I know that whatever's going on, like, space-wise, this way will take me to the bedchambers. Mr. New. I'm egg or something. How strange, the three gurus who guided Zeal to its present glory have all disappeared at once. Even Balthazar, behind the palace, or the Blackbird in the ocean. Gaspar, the guru of time, continues to work. The earth is alive and always has been. She changes slowly, so you never get from flat lines and mountains from mountains. They may someday open even to the north or to the Sun Temple, but I'm told you. Let's go check out the bedchamber. That post-nasal drip, son! Lady Shallow's pendant was made from the same red stone as the man machine. Raise the device, the pendant glows with an unearthly whoopee. Doing it in her bedroom, though. Nala! Oh, Janice, you've returned. Is something wrong? Black winds. You feel the foreboding, too? Don't worry, it'll be alright. Here, keep this close. What is it? Amulet containing my prayers. If something should happen, it will keep you safe. I wish that I could remain with you always, but Mother has other plans. It's not our mother. She looks like her, but she's not the same inside. We played Resident Evil 8. We know what's going on. Even still, forgive me, Janice. Pardons, Your Highness. The Queen requests your immediate presence at the Ocean Palace. Also, there's 3 strangers just kind of hanging around at the inside of your door. Don't mind them. Well then, Janice, I must be on my way. Oh, who might you be? Forgive me, my lady, but we must hurry. If we're late, I fear I'll be... Well, you know the Queen. Of course, my apologies. What's up, spooky pants? Go away. Don't waste your time. Alphador only likes me. I like Alphador. And I know that I can kind of pet cats in this game, so I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Got the Queen's audience chamber. Oh, we have seen similar doors like that in the future. Her pendant, it looks identical to Lady Shella's. When Lady Shella communes with the man machine, her pendant glows with the string. Nope. It won't budge. Strange, why no move? Gotta go charge it up with the mammon. Is another extended metaphor for capitalism. It never stops. Prophet's aura is clouded with hatred and sorrow. If he does not free himself of his emotions, he'll destroy himself and those he loves. Glorious energy of lava surging from it. The man machine. You came to see it? You feel the flow of the mighty lava's power? Oh, clear to my eye. All about the money. The man machine has moved to the ocean palace. We can extract even more energy from lava as the dream of eternal life will be made possible. It will reign for all eternity. Limitless power of Mount touches her pendant and prays to the man machine. The pendant radiates as a strange light. It's just weaponizing privilege, that's all. Oof. Operating the man machine. Regulate the energy. Guru's later Shah is the only one with such. 3 gurus constructed the man machine from stone that had been kept in the royal treasure for generations. The guru of life, Melchior, was in charge of the plan. Great deal of. Now, well, I'm sure you know. Melchior? He opposed the Queen's plans and disappeared shortly thereafter. It pains me to conspiracy work. Seems terribly suspicious. When the man machine was finished, the Queen became a different person almost night, a much colder one. Just between us, I heard that any who opposed Her Majesty, and not just the Earthbound, vanished and never heard from it. Do it. Let's press the button. Now we have a charged pendant. You did it. Ayla, go. Don't be scared, CHRONO. Good up, fruitcakes. Who are you? How'd you get in here? Your Majesty, these are the bringers of disaster of whom I spoke. Indeed, they and the gurus alike. How dare you outlanders attempt to oppose me? Lady, I just got here, alright? I got sinus congestion. I got a fuzzy blanket on my shoulders. I'm not really opposing anybody. I beat up 6 news. I'm drinking coffee. That's all. I don't know if you can win this fight. We're gonna try though. Let's do it. Golem. Iron Sphere halvesing. Oof. No, I don't think we can. I think that we're supposed to be in awe of how much this dude wrecks our proverbial shop. Yep. Yeah, he just moves too quickly. We're not supposed to. I know that we can on, like, New Game Plus. Like, once we have, 999. Yeah, once all of our stats are maxed out, then we actually can win the fight. I think it still auto-kills us at the end. By the way, I'm relying on you guys in chat. Let me know if at any point, like, my voice actually gives out so much that I need to, like, move the microphone closer or anything like that, because I can't hear my... Yeah, we tried a New Game Plus. You have to have, like, all your stats maxed out. There's you know, like the best defensive gear that you can put on just for that fight. I think you just get to a point where he goes, enough, and just obliterates you, but I do think you get an item. Yeah. Just kind of one of those, like, fun little, you did it things. Our job is to rescue Melchior. Nathan still has the Excalibur, the actual Super Nintendo cart that has our perfect Chrono Trigger file on it. Everybody has all their stats maxed out, all their optimized gear, the whole belongs in a museum. Sent to the mountains of woe. Who cannot allow that? The prophet. Oh, your meddling tires me. Seems I'll need to put an end to you. No, you mustn't. Don't. And the cat. Oh, Alfred. Spoiler alert. Anybody not know who the prophet is? Turn your cooperate. Show me how it is you came here. Yeah, it was a Neil did a lot of grinding on that file and a lot of stealing on the black helmet. Everybody has like a golden stud, so everybody pays 1 MP cost. When Chrono Trigger came out on the DS, I did the same thing. I made a perfect file, and it took me several months. Oof. Those Black Omen runs. You will obey me. Their lives are at stake. Magus, nobody likes your emo ass. Like, cheer up, kid. You have the ability to save things. Uh-oh. Now you've made your sister cry. The one person who loves you more than anyone. You jerk. I'll say this, that time travel sequence hits a lot different when you're loaded up on NyQuil. Why'd the prophet let us go? They take lava's power. Lavas get weak. Find from the door in that pen. Seen another in the future. Curious, mysterious, old man and a new. Check it out. All right. Chickadee check it out. We need to go. Stop. I think we maybe. Let's get a little bit more depressed. No, okay, yeah, nothing here. I think by this point, all the villagers from Laruba have moved down to... There's nothing left. Eating ground. How could people, good, nice people, earned it? White cold stuff fall from the sky. I know the same feeling, dude. When we got snow here in Texas, it was apocalyptic. Did not enjoy it. Sign of the end times. This mold isn't. Ayla okay? Kino okay? You're not okay, bud. You're spare parts, pal. You're 10 ply. Lava's fall. Reptide's gone. That good. We get cold now. Hunt, but not. Kino, no stop. Ayla, no worry. Leave to Kino. People are due. Kino's the worst. Ayla quit chief. No Kino chief. Yeah. Ayla's just with the winning team, bud. Oh, the happy water. Gone. Strange rock, but key one. Another radioactivity. All right. That's yeah. Oh no, I forgot to heal. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to heal after the fight. I'm a fool. Oh. Head cold done me wrong. Fortunately, the autosave is very, very generous in that regard. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I've been beaten by my own hubris. There we go. I knew there was a reason I was looking for the happy water lady. All right. Besides, we gotta go introduce Ayla to Specchio, who will tell us that no magic for a cave babe. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. What up, old man? Ah, you've been to the Magic Kingdom. New World? That pillar of light sealed, you'll be needing to find a way to move time more freely should you wish to return. Recall some wings of time, I believe. Sadly, I fear them. Hey there, sweetheart. Unfortunately, you were born before magic existing. Sounds like you seem to have plenty of other. What do you want? You looking for some practice? Good. Already gotten drubbed a couple of times today, and I don't even have the brain power to keep. Okay, it's over. And yes, we have need of you. We have need of Frog and Ayla. I'm gonna take this crew and learn some stuff. Let's see, where do we need to go now? Future. Protodome, yes. Bing. What's up, Bing? Ah. Facebook messages. derelict factory. Wasn't in the factory. What? Hey, we learned the slurp, kiss, and bump first. I think we need to go to the up. Here. Ah, gotcha, Johnny. Ah, yeah, Palooka. Okay, we don't need to rub it in, Colonel. It was mostly just to save the time walking, but thank you. Ride like the wind, babe. Still the coolest. God love you. Okay, was it an abandoned Aerostone? Yeah, I think there was a door. Can't say. Can't really think. Bear with me. If you have any, incidentally, if you have any tips, if anybody's got a walkthrough up or whatever and you want to throw your boy a bone, feel free to drop a line in chat, because I don't know where I'm going. I am fortunate enough to just exist in this. Oh, with a head full of congestion, that's a weird sound. Aha! Oh, there's our door. There's our door. Ink. Ink. Pendant begins to glow. Hey! Got a strength capsule and a bunch of treasure. A luminous robe, an elixir, acuity ring, and golden earring. An earring boosts max HP by 80. Acuity ring gives us accuracy and I'll keep. Give him some Zoic mail. Defense 63, magic defense. Yeah, we're gonna give her. Oh, you give her. All right. May not have been where we wanted to go for the story, but it's where we wanted to go for the loot. Gotta get out of here. The vibrations within my nog. Cannot be. Okay. Alright, let's bail. Back to another dome. Yeah, just those will rest in the Innertron and save. Okay. Seal gebroken. Okay, yes, this way. Yeah. We're good, we got this. Hey, NyQuil driver. We'll drive in time. So the sad thing is, in the last few things that I've uploaded that have come from Square, like this and Final Fantasy IX, I've gotten copyright strikes because of proprietary Square music. They say, hey, you're using this song from the soundtrack to the hit Square game, Chrono Trigger. To which I say, yes, I am playing Chrono Trigger. And, just slurping up merch. Hey, this is the battle theme from Final Fantasy IX. How dare you use that in your video? So each one of those, you basically have to one little look behind the YouTube magic. You have to tell them, yeah, like, I'm using that in the soundtrack because I'm playing the game and it's part of the game. Is you're not wrong. That's how it works. Robots gone mad. Yeah, it's the whole, you know, they've just got algorithms out searching to make sure, you know, like, you gotta make sure that nobody's using our music. You know, God forbid we not leech every single bit of the money out of it. Well, so they basically they go, hey, you're using our music illegally, and you go, no, I'm playing the game. It's gameplay. There's like a little drop-down tab that just has playing the game. And then they have 30 days to determine whether or not they're going to raise more of a stink about it. Now, I don't know if they, like, after 30 days they just go, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Or if after 30 days they just say, you know, forget it. We'll find out. But regardless, more than likely, this one too, they will find some snippet of music where they're like, hey, that's the Zeal theme, and that belongs to us, and you need to buy the Chrono Trigger soundtrack to listen to that excellent music. Can't enjoy it for free like some sort of, you know, communist. So who knows? We'll see. I mean, it just means that, like, until the appeal finishes up and goes through, that, even if I were monetized, which I'm still currently not, you know, we'll get there. But it means that that would be demonetized, and wouldn't make anybody any money. Because if Warner Brothers can't get theirs, then nobody can. That being said, y'all, we are over 50 subscribers. Yeah, it's likely that one robot flags everything and the other robot says, okay, after you reply, and that's that. There's a part of me that does wish that there was, like, somebody on the other end who I could, just so that my snark didn't go completely unappreciated. Yeah. Mute all my messages. Okay. I need to learn water too. Come on, y'all. Teach me that good water. Yeah, the second robot has, the second robot has 30 days to determine whether or not it's going to actually believe me that I'm playing a video game. I don't mean to get all existential. Trying to ask, you know, the hardcore existence of Bangor Dome. There we are. I mean, there's a gate that I could have got. I'm a fool. An alluring top. I'm gonna put that on front. And a workman's wallet. Turns XP into gold. We're gonna I think Ayla gets charm. Hey, found a new gate. A new gate. That's Guardia Forest 1000 AD and Gord. Go back there and Ondo. There we go. Yeah. Pendant begins to glisten. a golden stud. Early. Upgrading. Eventually, everybody will have a golden stud. So that we can chain span Lumiere. You got a strategy, y'all. What we don't have is an idea of where we're going. Nathan, do you remember where we're supposed to go in order to track down the Wings of Time? I know it's in the future, but do you remember which dome? Target dome. Protodome. Oh, do this again. More Johnny Racing. Of course, the fun thing is, now it doesn't matter whether or not I win or lose. I have to go through this every time I want to cross this traverse. There's no actual benefit for me winning, other than just, yeah, see, no big if I lose. Oh no, I do have to win. Ah, crumbs. Okay, I stand sadly corrected. I just want to save a boost for that last 35-40 feet. Protodome, cross through, yeah. Like to get to, okay, so we are going to the sewers. Alright. Abandoned sewer. I love these little dudes. Eek, outsiders, better report to Crawley. I remember hating these things. That's okay, we've got the power of lightning on the side. Real lightning. this. Oh, and our little derpy frog friends. There's a bridge here. I saw it, I swear, Ribbit. What, it got up and walked away, Ribbit? Don't you lie to me, there's nothing here at all, Ribbit. But it's true, Ribbit. Someone's coming, let's scram, Ribbit. Oh, I love the little... Yeah, I mean, like, a sewer that's still in use, you know, you can maintain such things. Got a bad feeling about this. And remember that if you hit anything that makes noise, grabby ghoulies come. That includes the safe. Because the mouse would have gotten grabby ghoulies to jump out at me. Because with my current brain state, it's easy. Just pull around. Sorry. There we go. I am afraid to eat the cheese. Or I'm too congested to eat the cheese. It's like you have to press this switch and the bridge will extend across, Ribbit. On already. Ribbit. Can't reach it, Ribbit. Someone's coming, let's scram. I empathize with that frog, man. Feel ya. And Rage Band. Three of them, they're almost here. Waltzing through the sewers like they own the place. I must have a death wish. We'll teach them a little respect. Yeah, we will. Just let them come through. They'll be chopped liver, pulverized. Won't even know what to call them when we're done. A fine pate. Yaha. Hee. Har har har. Ho ho. Look out. Yeah, like I'd slap it on I'd slap it on Frog, except he's my only healer at the moment, so kinda need him. Peace out, Crawley. Exactly. I mean, you can give it to Ayla. You know, truth be told, you can pretty you can give the Rage Band to Ayla and just let her kind of go ham, especially in later levels, and it does make the fights a lot faster. That's why you don't sell it. Just hang on to it for New Game Plus when you're like, nah man, I'm just gonna throw it on Ayla and let her wreck shop. But I've always hated stuff like that in games where it's like, yeah, press Alo. Or All. Yeah, but if you're going through like New Game Plus in like the first 2/3 of the game, you don't generally need heals, so you just keep it on her just to mow through things. Like, it's not to actually, putting Ayla on just, like, you know, auto stomp, is less about... it's less about, it's more about, like, speed, right? Like, you don't need to... Yeah, but Blood's not as good as the other. I feel like I'm... Thunderblade is pretty... Congested me can't get all twisted. Ugh. Oh, these allergies. When I was growing up, I never used to have allergies. Only caught up with me in, like, recent years. My wife lives with these allergies, like, 24/7, all the time. It's astounding to me. This is hell. This must be what hell is like. What up, New? Please do not. You who have opened the door. I am Belfort, of Reason, formerly the king. I was cast into this era by a great disaster in our land. Much to my surprise, I have learned the creature Lavos was not a product of our age, far from it. It seems that the being fell from the sky in a bygone era, burrowing deep into the planet's core. There he began to feed upon its energy, growing ever stronger. Yeah, that's, like Nathan says, one of the good things to come out of COVID was stayed pretty quiet for a year. It's the mold, man. The mold will get me. But, like, I didn't get a flu this year. I got the flu shot, but didn't get a flu, so... Lavos' form was revealed briefly when he was summoned forth by a mighty wizard by the name of Magus in the year 600. In the year 1999, Magus emerged, claimed the surface. Now he's taken the place of named Death Peak, or Nest, as creature spawn now flow from the avalanche. Lavos is a parasite of gargantuan. This is the pain. It's trapped here. I endeavor to continue my study and observation of lava. Maintaining one's sanity isn't itself, such as this. So before my mind is lost forever, I've decided to leave these records of my knowledge behind, along with the greatest invention. Never did I long to return home, toil endlessly in search of a way. As I neared the completion of my research, so did I near the end of my days. I have grown old and frail, and so I leave it in your hands, you who have opened the way. Take hold the reins of time, and let all people of this planet's past and future join as one. Then, only then, you just may be able to stop Lavos. You have little chance of success, but even a little chance is still a chance. You who have opened the door, the fate of the world is in your hands. Open now the final door and claim what awaits you. My last and greatest work, the wings of time. Yeah, I mean, that is the benefit, is that I've got nice ASMR voice when I'm congested. I was running one of my games earlier before the next round of thunderstorms knocked out the power, and somebody was asking me what voice filter I was using to sound like Batman, and I'm like, no, that's just me losing my voice. That's all. ASMR. This must be Balthazar's invention. This must be it, the wings of time. Construct. Scared you, didn't I? It's me, Balthazar. I copied my memory into this thing. What do you think? Precious, isn't he? Anyway, there's something I need to explain, namely how to transcend time. Press X to display the time gauge, then select the area you wish to visit. Ah, yes. Yeah, we gotta find wings for the Wing of Time. Well, he did say that he didn't complete it. Wake up. Oh, before you go, why don't you give a name to my time machine? We're using Epoch. Well then, hop aboard. Like, we all just sort of like, oh, you copied your memory into this terrifying frog construct thing. Let's take off. Go back to antiquity. Wow. Yep. Bum, 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 bum. Muscle himbo, go! You know how to fly a plane, right? We're all gonna die. Oh. Chrono's like, I don't know what I'm doing! Luca really should be in the driver's seat! I have not shown any kind of aptitude for this! Interdimensional travel at warp speed. The Epoch is capable of this? Yeah, but it can't move. So we can only time hop at this point. We can't actually fly around like the dactyls had us do. Highway. But we have found our way back to the Magic Kingdom. Barricade. Now we have a ladder. This is Algeti, the village of the Earthbound. We Earthbound ones were banished from Zeal because we are possessed of no magical talent. This is paralleled for those of you who are D&D fans. This is Epoch. Yeah, it's epic. Might interest you in some goods? Yeah, dude. Let's see here. Board to sell. Where's that Thunderblade? Thunderblade. Donor. Sell. Iron sword. Bronze. Two of them. Yeah, look, this will benefit from Astro. Darkmail. Alright, we got that. Let's go ahead and buy our girl Buster. Quite enough. We'll be back for more of this. All right. Get our boy a little bit of some upgrades. Thrilling Adventures of Commerce, yeah. You know, the one thing that we never seem to be able to escape, isn't it? I started watching the HoloLive guys play World of Darkness, which I'll admit, hysterical. I'll have to finish it later on. I didn't get all the way through it. It is up on my, like, hey, continue watching this. Yeah. Resource Management Simulator. I don't have enough to get a Radiant Blade. We do have enough to get a... No, we don't have enough to get a... These guys do sell ether. Yeah, you know what? Going ahead and... Good lord. Hang on, I'm gonna let the cat in. He's throwing himself a fit. Oh, okay. The joy of pet ownership. Yeah, let's see. Went ahead and buy ourselves another set of radium plate. Get everyone decked out as best we can. Alright, last time we gotta go through this. Goodbye, Mesozoic Male. Goodbye, Stone Helm. How much did that leave us with? 7,001. Anything else? But yeah, if you guys ever, especially those of you who have played, you know, the World of Darkness series of games, if you want to feel extraordinarily old, check out HoloLive, a bunch of VTubers, cute anime girls playing Hunter the Vigil. It's wild, man. The internet's a wild place, and we are living in perhaps the strangest of times. The Guru of Life said as much about peril with the Mammon Machine installed, but it only led her to imprison him upon the Mountain of Woe. I fear there's little... We gotta go to the Mountain of Woe. The Guru of Life said that young Lord Janus possessed power within him exceeding even that of Lady Shala, but then the Queen lost her mind, and the young Lord grew to hate that power, and all the suffering he causes Lady Shala. Now he hides it, denies it, shuts it out from his thoughts. He's a real kind of Snape. Basically what I'm saying is that Snape is a ripoff of Magus, and that J.K. Rowling is a hack. When will Lady Shala come and play with us? I hate you. The three Gurus and Lady Shala are near the only ones who do not treat us as... He who hides it denies it. I mean, look, I understand that a lot of people have, like, the Mud Beast Den is dangerous. You shouldn't play around there. Oh, like to rest her for the night? Yeah, man, we're good. I mean, everything that J.K. Rowling did with a magical English boy with an owl, Neil Gaiman did better in the books of magic. And I'm not afraid to say it. The enlightened ones and the earthbound. And then, class struggle, income inequality. This is very much paralleled, for those of you who are D&D fans, in the story of, what was the name of where Larlock came from in the Forgotten Realm? Flying City. I forget. But, yeah, look it up. Larlock's the best NPC ever. The Gruel of Life also voiced opposition to the Queen's plan, so he was banished to the Mountain of Woe. Yeah, Netheril. That's it. The Netherese. This is sort of the JRPG trope of, but what if Netheril? I got a strength capsule. I got a brand new pair of roller skates. And I hit them with lightning. Yeah. Yeah. Like, Rowling's not good. Like, I understand that people, you know, got attached to it because, again, it's kind of, you know, baby's first introduction to the hero's journey and archetypes. But it's not nearly as, like, revolutionary as I think everybody, you know. Anyway, I just think she's overrated, and I think that her views on trans people are thoroughly abhorrent. It's always hard to see somebody that buys into their own hype. A small price to pay. More of them. Okay. Y'all better start learning some dual text between the two of you, like. This CHRONO being the only one that can hit everything on the screen things gotta go, y'all. I'll need to pick up the pace. Yeah, like they did point that out, you know, like, oh, we can't, you know, the magical society must remain separate from the real world society. Man, y'all let World War II happen? Y'all just let that happen? You're not getting through here. I'm gonna get. I think we do this. Yeah, I don't know, man. Granted, I mean, maybe it's a little bit more realistic than we give it credit for, because people out here starving, and Elon Musk is like, I made a tube. It fits a Tesla and it gets you places fast. I made a tube. I'm the smartest boy that ever benefited from apartheid. Nathan's always sounded like Killmonger. He's just been very quiet about it. Need to heal. Dude. What? Sexy as Killmonger? No, man. Like, nobody is. That could be Jordan. Yeah, like. Well, and did you hear Millionaire Smart Boy's super special plan for how to deal with the problems of maybe oh, that ain't good. Did you hear Super Smart Rocket Boy's plan for how to deal with the fact that maybe people might like get stuck in the tube and die? This is 8,000 IQ, like super mega, the smartest thing you've ever heard. He's gonna train all of the drivers to go backwards. That's right, y'all. Backwards. Fucking clown shoes. Come on. I know there's some kind of trick to this fight, but I've forgotten what it is. It's clear they don't like that. So we're going. Guess whatever. Chrono's running low on the juice. Kill it! Oh, I've got to use magic on that punk, don't I? Okay, everybody. High potion, ether up. Yeah, this is more of a battle of attrition kind of thing. Yeah. I think the imp guy like does that counter attack every time you hit one of the Zool dogs. Nah, he's just kind of resistant. No, like it's not a hard fight. It's just irritating. Okay. We're gonna go in it. Like, I hate to do it, but sometimes gotta. Fire on the blue. Yeah. Yeah, are you the gatekeeper? I'm the keymaster. I leave. I took the third eye off of Luca, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Come on, one of you die. Yeah. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan looked good. Like, I don't think that that anybody could deny such a statement. Whoop. Luca down. We got a Luca down. We gotta fix that. God, how many attacks does this guy get in the speed rounds? Come on. That was just taunting. Hey, Luke. Check. Heal. Everyone, a Piper done. Piper is done. Mid potion on her. Okay, come on. Thoughts on Eternals? I'm psyched about it. Which is weird because, I mean, like, look, nobody cares about the Eternals. You can't make anybody care about the Eternals. Neil Gaiman tried briefly, did a one shot, and people very briefly, cared about the Eternals. With the stuff that I saw in that trailer, I care about the Eternals. So, yeah, let's go. I think it may do a lot to introduce like the cosmic weirdness and stuff of that nature, and I'm here for it. By all means, Jerbear. Sorry, I forgot you hate being called that. By all means, Geronimo. Throw us those eternal hot takes. I have not. I have been holding off on purchasing comics for a while now. Just because money's tight. There are other things I need to spend it on, like this gaming setup, so that I can make money otherwise. There we go. Yeah, so what are your hot takes and predictions for the Eternals? Right. Like, again, when nobody cares about them, it's real easy to get caught up on the Eternals, like, oh, yeah, cool, great. This odious little... Alright, and deviants are described as basically every individual is a species of one, right? Do you think Eternals is where we're going to see, Okay, good. Work for me. Take an escape. So you think Eternals is where we're going to see the genesis of mutants in the MCU? Yeah. I mean, like, basically the Celestials came down and, you know, separated people into the Deviants and the Eternals. So I think it'll, yeah. I don't think we'll see any mutants, but I think the Eternals will set the stage for it. I think that we'll see build up for not really even for the Eternals, but for Fantastic Four is my. There we go. Needle lightning. Good. Party. Pop out. Sorry. That boy's some magic. One thing I think is interesting is that the pre-release stuff has originating in space and then coming to Earth. Yeah. Yeah, and like we have established the Celestials now. We've seen them in some of the cosmic stuff relating to the Infinity Stone. Looked to humanity when it existed, stole some, yeah. Well, hey. Guardians had a whole scene with a Celestial. We saw, so like we've seen them. They're, you know, like they're canon now. The question I think will be, kind of like how much they lean into that. I think we want to go this way. I recall that there was some stuff cleverly sprinkled. Yeah, Essel and the Searcher are kind of the forward scout. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm all for anything that gets into, like, there's two aspects. I mean, like, I love Marvel comics. And the two aspects that I love more than anything are the dual aspects of laser. I love the, like, gritty street level stuff. You know, like the stupid, you know, like, here's a dude in Iron Fist is my all-time favorite comics character. You know, here's a dork in here's a dork in green silk pajamas and little yellow booties, you know, fighting crime in Harlem. I love that. But almost as much, I love the cosmic weirdness, where they're like, oh, and by the way, you know, humanity was actually created by a bunch of ooky spooky robots who were extraordinarily bored. There's a dumb thing in comics where Greek gods and Olympians exist, so do the Eternals. Yeah, like basically that's, you know, all of the Eternals are just functionally the Greek pantheon. It was a way to kind of be like, oh yeah, no, it was totally this guy, you know, it was Icarus. I am super excited. Bring in more, bring in more cosmic weirdness. Bring in what I think is always beneficial. More diverse faces in the casting. And my prediction, I think that if I'm not mistaken, what's his name? Kit Harington is going to be the Black Knight, right? So start bringing in some of those weirder elements. Yeah, but I mean, like, who needs to survive the movie? Like, you know, I do hope that it will answer questions like, so hey, where were the Eternals while everything else was going on? Yeah, honestly, and this sounds really weird. I don't even bother fan casting things anymore because so far the MCU crew has like they knocked it out of the park with Robert Downey Jr. And after that, they have not made a casting decision that I can be like, oh. Well, I mean, like, the only tie-in the Eternals and Celestials have to Galactus is the fact that it's the same level of cosmic weirdness, so why not? Like, yeah, man, do it. Okay, Robo, what are you doing? Throw that button, lady. Would you? Thank you. He's got the lightning, she got the ice. Yeah, I mean, like, who do you think the villain of the Eternals is going to be? I remember Earth X. The fact that the entire reason why Galactus was going around eating planets was to prevent the celestial seeds from hatching. Okay, good. We learned the ice tackle techniques, which means you know swap out. I'm gonna get. Those two going. Okay. Tags. Well, I'll just give everybody some smooching. Oh. See, I don't think that the villain will just be the deviants. I think that the Marvel formula and the way that it works is yeah, it's all those no Warlord Crow is in the movie. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think they're gonna have to go bigger. I think they're gonna have to do something like, I think that we'll get some weirdness like the beginning of Kang or Annihilus, something like that. I think that I think that they're going to give us another villain to kind of attach to for a little while after the success of actually making us care about Thanos, you know? That's my prediction, at least. I can strike all of them. Yeah, Jim Shooter was a weird guy. Like, I did not approve of a lot of his editorial choices. Into barriers. Strike Force Mortui. Oh, that's a deep cut. What does Lapis do? Restores 2 energy. We need to sort this. There we go. Give everybody a little key, yes. It's true. Although, technically speaking, I didn't come to you. You came to me. That being said, the deep cuts are always appreciated. I mean, hey, again, I love it's true. I did ask you to start visiting the streams. And I am glad you were here, because, I mean, again, there's not a whole lot of, like, you know... There's not a whole lot of Eternals discourse, going on in the Fuller household. Not for lack of desire, it's just that who cares about the Eternals, you know, like... You have to have the deep cuts, because nobody else knows who the Eternals are, or cares to. Uh-oh. Gotta confuse Luca. Anytime you have a confused person with napalm powers, it's not good. Yeah, what else did Peter B. Gillis write? The name sounds familiar, but I don't... Yeah, like, where were the Eternals during the Infinity stuff? Watch the movie and find out. Like, they were in development. What do you want? Like, that's it. They were just in development. They didn't... The writers didn't know yet, or if they did, they were still in filming, you know? Like, it's a media franchise. You can't just be like... How boring would the MCU have been if it was like, Thanos arrives, and then, oh my god, it's Superman! Just like Zack Snyder. Superman will save us all because he's super-duper man. That's right, it's the... Yeah, Peter B. Gillis is the one that I know from the last Unicorn adaptation. Let's get rid of all of these guys before they do that 1 HP thing. We don't like that. Yeah, defenders. Yeah, Earth must continue to exist for reasons. Give Luca little kills. Then, you know, we'll see, we'll kind of see what's going on with, see how they dealt with the snap and all of that jazz. And again, Thanos was one of them, if I recall, so, or at least related to one of them, so... Maybe we'll get some more emotional resonance out of that. Like Nathan said, we got that young Thanos cameo. Yeah, retcon in my comics? Surely not. More likely than you think. A legend cameo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just like me getting like somewhat crankier in my old age or what, but I just like I find myself avoiding like news on the stuff, you know what I mean? Like I just don't. Let's see, let's use it. Like I don't I haven't heard anything about a Thanos cameo because I just stopped paying attention. I'm gonna let it surprise me. I'm gonna go in and just go in and be like, yeah, I know the Eternals. Let's go. We're gonna see how it goes. And that's about it. That's all that I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and swap out for the... Yeah, ice awesome. Yeah, Alaris and his wife, Suisan, had 2 children, and Thanos. Yeah. It was Eros. I don't know if we're gonna see the MCU version of Star Fox. The guy whose superpower is, shall we say, problematic. Yeah, that'll do it, J-Dog. That would understandably be why YouTube might censor you there. YouTube's just not... They're not ready for my hot takes on Star Fox. The stupidest haircut in comics, which is inexplicably shared by, like, 4 other characters. He's just a palette-swapped Pietro. Oh, I've completely forgotten how to fight this guy. Hey, hey. No. First things first, we're gonna... Ooh, this guy's creaming us. Well, good thing we saved. Alright, actually, folks, we are going to call it here for the night. Okay, so it's good to know that that's where it stops. I'm gonna call it here for the night just because I'm going to take some NyQuil and rub my entire self down with Vapo Rub. The old San Antonio remedy for everything that ails you. So I'm gonna go on and call it here because y'all, this is beating me up and it's been a good couple of hours. Alright, so like the Titans existed before I decided to really fold the Eternals in the main Marvel Universe since Jack wrote them. Not meant to be part of the Marvel Universe. I don't go robo-tripping. I'm a responsible user of over-the-counter medical stuff. Don't abuse drugs, kids. Use them only as directed. But yeah. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for listening to my gravelly voice and constant moaning and whining. Be good to each other. It's a tough world out there full of mold and allergies, and you can make it a little bit brighter just by being kind. So, be good to people out there. We're going to be doing this again on Monday with another return trip into Fantasy Poland, and then throughout the week, I'm going to be playing Alan Wake, I think, since they went on stale on Steam, and everybody has told me that I need to play those games, so make sure to subscribe, tell all your friends. We did hit over 50 subscribers. Yay! So only 950 more to go, and YouTube starts giving me monies, so tell your friends, tell everybody, tell your grandmother. I'll talk to your grandma. She seems cool. Hit the notification button to be alerted whenever I put up new stuff, and we'll see you guys next time. Be good out there.